Is Vernon the next big thing in the Okanagan? With Kelowna exploding with high rises, traffic, and some of the highest home prices in all of Canada, people are starting to get priced out. Now they're starting to look around, and Vernon is becoming a place these people are finding. When you look at the affordability of Vernon versus Kelowna, the numbers really tell a story here. Here's a chart showing the median sale prices in both markets, along with the price gap between them over the last 5 years. During the COVID period, that gap jumped quite a bit. Kelowna's prices rose much faster, and then Kelowna saw a pretty significant correction. And that's why we see that gap start to close a bit. Meanwhile, Vernon definitely experienced an increase, but prices here have stayed remarkably stable ever since. When you combine those factors, stability and affordability, Vernon isn't just the comfortable choice for a lot of people, it may actually be the smarter long-term investment. So Vernon gives you price stability and affordability, but that's not the only reason it's becoming the next big thing. Vernon offers something Kelowna just simply can't anymore. That's space and a level of calm that people are actively looking for. The Okanagan lifestyle is what draws people in. The lakes, the mountains, the hiking, the skiing, and Vernon offers all of that, just without the same level of congestion, density, and price pressure that Kelowna has. Take Kalamalka Lake, for example, one of the most beautiful lakes in the entire world. You can still find quiet beaches, easy access, and enjoy those beautiful blue waters without fighting for a parking spot. And Silver Star Mountain, it's about 25 to 30 minutes away, depending where you're living. So that means skiing, mountain biking, and mountain life are part of everyday life here and not a full day excursion. And the neighborhoods here, Middleton Mountain, East Hill, Foothills, Okanagan Landing, they offer safer streets, more space, easy commutes. It's a place where families instantly feel good about being there. So what does all of this actually mean if you're thinking about buying or investing in Vernon? It means Vernon is in a rare stage where fundamentals are strong, lifestyle is desirable, and the prices actually make sense. When you look at most markets that have taken off, Kelowna included, the early signs are almost always the same. Stable pricing, steady population growth, expanding amenities, and a shift in buyers' interest. And Vernon, it's checking off all of those boxes right now. And the big advantage here, Vernon isn't inflated. It's not running off hype, it's running off actual demand. Families moving here, people upgrading, retirees moving here, and people relocating from all across Canada. That's the type of healthy, organic growth that you really want to see for long-term appreciation. You have a market where prices didn't spike uncontrollably, crash afterwards, and we're still sitting around $200,000 below Kelowna. And that's the type of gap that almost always closes over time. And the people who benefit the most, well, those are the ones who get in the earliest. And what really enforces all of this is Vernon is growing, just not as loudly as Kelowna. Kelowna's growth has been extremely visible. Towers, massive infrastructure, density. It's a city that feels like it's growing every single month. Vernon's growth is more controlled and intentional. We're seeing new neighborhoods being built, new restaurants, new retail, and new upgrades to schools. Those are the signs that this city is building for the future, just without the chaos. The demand is shifting. Vernon is no longer just a quiet lakeside town. It's becoming a true hub for families, retirees, remote workers, and investors who just want balance. Vernon really hits that sweet spot of being big enough to have everything, but small enough to still feel like a community. So let's talk about why right now is such an interesting moment for Vernon. We're in a rare window where Vernon is still affordable, stable, and still under the radar, but all the indicators for future growth are already in motion. Kelowna went through this exact same phase about a decade ago. Prices were still reasonable, steady population growth, and the lifestyle was unbeatable. And then, it took off. Vernon is showing these early signs. That's why now is such a compelling time to get into Vernon. So if Vernon is even slightly on your radar, now is a great time to take a closer look. If you have any questions about the market, the process, or what makes sense for your needs, feel free to reach out whenever. I'm always happy to chat. And let me know down in the comments if you're with me in thinking that Vernon, it's the next big thing.